Another beautiful day out on the water just happens to go a little wrong and well, somebody needs a little bit of assistance. And this really isn't all that uncommon. If you're out there as a boater, when you're captaining at some point in time, either you're going to need assistance or you're going to run across somebody who needs it. And we might as well go ahead and talk about that subject a little bit today. And that's what happens when somebody needs assistance or you need assistance. But before we get started, I have to admit I have been slacking. It has been quite some time since we've done a giveaway on the channel, so I figured why not bring those back today. And today we're going to give away one of our Drain Plug Mafia tumblers. Real simple, all you have to do to qualify, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, leave a comment and hit the like button, and we will pick our favorite comment below. And that person will win a tumbler. But let's go ahead and get this video started. It's not going to be all that uncommon for people to get out on the water and just all of a sudden find themselves in a little bit of trouble. There are a million different ways things can go wrong out on the water, and of course there's different ways that we can assist others when they're in trouble, or we can get assistance ourselves. And there are some basic rules to the water that you'll want to understand as well. Like for example, this incident here, if you see an accident or incident like this happen, you are actually required to try and lend assistance if you are able to do so without putting your vessel in danger.
This is a bad day boating.
This can be a tricky question and why you need to approach every situation out on the water differently, because you never know when you're really going to be able to lend a hand, or you may wind up putting yourself or others in harm's way. If you're going to wind up towing somebody especially, you need to make sure you have the proper equipment to know how to do so. The last thing you want to do is go out and try and tow somebody and make a situation worse than it was when it started. In a towing situation, if you're unsure if you have the proper equipment or know how to tow the vessel out of the specific situation it's in, it's probably best to go ahead and leave that situation to the pros. Of course, you can still always be a courteous boater and at least check with the crew, make sure they've got everything they need while they're waiting on assistance to arrive from professional help. Towing situations, as we mentioned, will always be a little bit of a tricky one. You'll always want to make sure that you have everything you need to do it. If a vessel's sinking, make sure to use extreme caution before you try towing it. But one of the first things you want to do if a vessel is sinking is try and get the crew off that vessel. Make sure to go ahead and ask all of them to put life jackets on and go ahead and bring them on board your vessel is one of the priorities before you even begin thinking about towing or trying to salvage the vessel. Then of course there are always the fun ones where we find that we put ourselves in need of assistance. One of the first things you want to do when you get in these kind of situations is try and assess your own personal situation before calling for help. The last thing you want to do is try and bring assistance over to you and maybe bring somebody else into harm's way if it's a situation you still have the possibility of getting yourself out of. If you do determine that you do need assistance, go ahead and determine the kind of assistance you need. The last thing you want to do is try and call in the Coast Guard when really all you need is towing assistance, as this could take valuable resources away from another crew who may actually need it. And another thing you'll want to understand fully is that not every situation requires assistance. Just because your vessel's sinking, if it's not an immediate danger to you or anybody else, you may not need professional assistance on this one, and maybe something you have to take care of yourself, like that time you forgot to hook the hoses up when you replaced the motor on the ski. And of course there are those times where you really believe you probably truly need assistance, but maybe you just need time. In these kinds of situations here, one of the things you just want to make sure, if everybody's healthy and okay, the best thing you probably can do is just wait it out. If you do have a medical emergency though, you will want to call the authorities and alert them to your situation and location. One of the best things you can do to try avoid needing assistance in the water is just play things safe. There's no need to go out there and do silly things out on the water. Definitely no need to go out there and say, hold my beer and watch this, because that's never going to end well. And of course, boating is one of those unique situations where you may also need help on land too. That's right, help for boaters is not just restricted to the water. Once again guys, if you're out on the water though and you do see anybody who's in distress, use your common sense and make good decisions. If you're able to go over there and safely assist, please do so. If for whatever reason you don't believe it is safe for you to assist, go ahead and alert the authorities and get the correct people involved to have assistance out on the water. Thanks for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Boneheaded Boaters of the Week. If you ever see anything crazy happening on your waterways, be sure to hit me up on Facebook or Instagram and let me know, and you might see your stories over here. Just like Yannick Roger, Jason Plant, Danny Talon, Chris Hallmond, Captain Raw B, Captain Dago, Will Espinoza, Ahoy Maki, and 112 Van Dag did this week. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.